Go for it.
All right. My triceps never recover on time for chest day. Should I do less volume for triceps so I can keep progressing with the weights? I do 16 sets for tries. So you're doing what? 4 exercises at four. Wait, four.
Yeah,
4 exercises
you
at
got it
4
right.
sets, right?
Yeah. What you recommend, big dog?
So at that point, so I got to ask, how's your training breakdown? Are you doing chest on Monday, and then are you doing triceps on Tuesday or Wednesday, or how does that break down as far as your breakdown for workouts? Because I mean, yeah, if you do triceps, your chest day might be affected because they're secondaries, I guess. But I don't know. For me, I could do arms on one day, and the next day I could do chest, and still have a pretty good chest day. Some people would leave a day in between and then do another upper body. So it's like upper body one day, lower body, upper body. Then at that point you can do abs or something else, cardiovascular, and then maybe days rest and then go back into it. But it just really depends on how the breakdown is. I mean, if it's not recovering in time, I would change where you're doing these things at, I guess, right? Where if maybe I was doing chest on Monday or Tuesday, however you break down. Let's say I was doing it on Monday, I would do probably legs or something like that maybe on Tuesday, and then I would probably do upper body like biceps and triceps on Wednesday, and then like I said, core, cardiovascular, some of that, and then maybe a rest day, or even a rest day and then go into the cardiovascular and core day. So what about you, Mike? What do you think?
I'd probably go a little different. I would say, well, if you're training for strength, that's the way life is, and you're just going to continue to be sore and not recover between the next body parts as you're doing nervous system training or power. And as long as your weights are going up, I'm cool with that. Now, if you're trying to bodybuild and you're not recovering, well, it just doesn't make sense. You wouldn't train something until you're totally recovered. And I don't know, remember, tricep is just a secondary for chest.
Right.
So, even though it may not be recovered, you're looking for numbers on your chest, extreme numbers again. So are you bodybuilding or are you doing power? What are you trying to do here? And then, so it's just the two aspects on what you're trying to do with your program for me. So you don't need to, we got to squat again tomorrow. My legs aren't recovered from Monday, but it's okay because we're on a power program. And so it's about pushing the limits of the nervous system. Is it okay? No, it's not. We're mental. But it's about the point is I already know I'm going to be stronger tomorrow regardless, because it's about pushing that nervous system and pounding on that for the next 8 more weeks. So that's the reality of it is. Now, if I'm bodybuilding and I want, you're bodybuilding, you're trying to stimulate and push yourself, but it has to be recovered because it's more of a tightrope. Mm-hmm. It's a real tightrope. It's real easy to overtrain. So maybe just taking a couple extra days before you hit the next body part. But again, it's just a secondary body part, your tricep relative to your chest.
Right.
When you're training chest, it's just a secondary body part. And you should be focused on your chest so much, and your triceps don't play such a crazy amount of role on isolating your chest to be a bodybuilder.
Yep.
So I would just make sure that you're doing it right that way. Yeah. But anybody out there, metaphorically, this is a great question. If you're bodybuilding, less is more at the end of the day. And this is not just from me, but it's basically how it works. It's very easy to overtrain. And most people only do about 8 sets for triceps. So 16 sets is a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
I would do maybe 9. And if you really want to get crazy, 12. And that's doing 3 progressive, and then you're dropping down half and doing volume. And if you want to do that, but I would do probably 9. That would probably be maybe one more set to burn it out, but that's it.
Go for another question. Good question, though, my friend.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, would like to know your thoughts on incorporating dextrose into my diet and supplements. You can?
Sure.
Yeah.
I love dextrose. Off season? Absolutely love dextrose off season.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If you can't get to a meal, you got your protein shake, throw a scoop of dextrose, 50 grams in there. It's great.
Yep.
Or for anybody out there that's bulking and you just want to get some extra carbohydrates in there, real simple. Just like a protein drink, right? Throw it in there.
Yep.
Stan was putting it on rice.
Stan was putting on all of his meals of rice.
Right. A little sprinkle.
And a little sprinkle. So he also talked about that it was just the aspect of getting more carbohydrates in and a higher glycemic.
Didn't it have something to do with saliva too?
Oh, it developed more saliva so you could eat more. How crazy is that snowball roll?
A little trick.
Just a little trick. Saliva to eat more. It's great. But those guys, he's working with the greatest strongmen in the world that are 450 pounds of muscle. That's a huge showman.
Yeah.
Imagine what they have to eat when you got Mona Marison eating 3,700 calories.
Oh, wow.
Don't hate.
Don't hate. I do hate.
Don't hate. Listen to her.
I do. She eats more carbohydrates than me.
All right. Do you recommend cardio while bulking? We do cardio when you're bulking, I guess. I wouldn't do a lot of it. You do some walking, some sprinting, here or there, but I wouldn't do a whole bunch of cardio.
Yeah, I think, again, bulking is a surplus of calories.
Billy, are you finished?
Oh, yeah. He just walks in with all that. I'm doing the dry out the next 2 weeks because we have these big shoots. So I had to jump on the dry out to look peaked. So I'm doing a cream of rice. It's for everybody out there. And Billy's here with Bobo and they're eating steak, Piedmontese.
Wait till you see what's at
Homemade.
the door.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude.
Oh, boy.
You don't want it.
Good.
We're going to have to wait.
Bulking is a surplus of calories. So you make sure you're gaining weight and strength. So I would assume that your workouts will take care of anything that you need. And then you want a surplus. You don't want to burn off the calories.
Right.
Cardiovascular, I don't understand. Maybe it's your age and you're worried about cardiovascular health. I do not know, but check out studies. There's enough studies. There's a plethora of studies talking about weightlifting is the ultimate for cardiovascular. So make sure to check that out and for your heart health.
Yeah. If you're training with the intensity, absolutely.
Yeah. I wouldn't try to step forward and step back at the same time. And that's how I think that you're trying to incorporate cardio as you're trying to bulk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let the food do its job.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about, and this might be a good one for you to answer because you're in a different realm. You got to still, and you are on the beats.
So far away.
Oh, you can't see, huh? You can't see this. We got Braille. We got Braille right here for you. So he was talking about he's bulking. This gentleman's bulking right now, or this person, and they want to do cardio while bulking. Or their question. Okay, all right.
You recommend cardio while bulking?
So yeah, why would you do that?
Why would you do that?
Yeah,
because society keeps pounding down people's heads that their hearts are so weak.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So is it cardio? I would imagine it would.
Look how frustrated you are off of that
I'm not
one.
really frustrated as much as you have to look. So I'll look. I'll be the devil's advocate and look into this. Is it cardio to lose weight cardio, or is it cardio to stay? You know what I mean? Like a walk, walk cardio, just for I don't know, just to make yourself feel better.
I'm going to say, and this is why I thought this would be good for you, is because you still have to be active in the ring.
Yeah.
And that is no joke. And so you still got to keep your cardiovascular up.
Yeah.
Now that's different. That's so you can have the wind. So I don't know this person's point, but would you say to somebody that is bulking to add in cardio?
Not a chance.
Not a chance either.
Because you're feeding it doesn't even make sense. Like, hey, I want to do cardio, I want to stay lean, but I want to bulk at the same time. It doesn't even make sense. Like,
I'm taking in all these calories to burn off a whole bunch of them. You know?
Yeah. Hey, should I do that? Should I do that cardio right after I eat all this?
So I think this is a great question. And I think this is also a question because of stuff that you see online. And again, sorry about the overload of information. Now it's too much information and it's bad information. I think, Johnny, you can also talk about this. People don't realize that your body uses calories or food, even if you're not working out.
Right.
And it seems like the world has come to the point where they're so mentally weak that if I eat today, I'm going to get fat.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, hold on. You're telling me now just eating is going to make you fat? So it's gone so far that one way. It's like, wait a minute, guys, breathe for a second. Breathe. A 60-year-old woman has to take in, they recommend 15 to 2,000 calories just to retain what she has.
Right.
And that's a person that's very senior citizen and also, not training. Yeah. I pointed at you when I said senior citizen.
No.
We got our AAP card or whatever. What is it called? What's the card?
You're not that far behind.
I know. I'm right with you, man. I'm as old.
You keep throwing that around. You're right behind me.
Honey, are you hungry yet?
I've been hungry. I've been hungry for my whole life.
You want some tuna fish and cream of rice?
I'll take an air sandwich with some warm milk.
Oh, dude, don't look at the camera.
I'm not going to the kitchen, please.
You're not. You gotta go upstairs.
Well, what's the comments now?
Oh, no. Tell me. I mean, it's in the kitchen.
In the kitchen, they got good food. I'm going straight upstairs after this. I'm locking more door and staying away from you guys. Go for it, Johnny.
What's the effect of fasting while taking the likes of BPC, TV, Retta, etc., or should the fast wait until cycle's finished to utilize the time being on cycle? Woo! Okay. What are the effects of fasting? You're not going to get any different effects from BPC or TB 500 from fasting. It's not going to do any difference whether you fast or you don't fast. With Retta, it's probably going to make you fast to a certain extent. And it's going to curb your appetite. So, I mean, you're not going to eat during those periods when you're on it. So, should you fast? Should the fast wait until cycle's finished to utilize? I mean, you can fast if you want to. It doesn't matter if you fast on these things or not. It really doesn't matter. So you can do it. You can wait. You can stop. Do it afterwards, whatever you want to do. But it's really not going to affect anything on there. Now, listen, if you're fasting and taking Retta and you're controlling this fast, I don't know how long you're going to fast for. You're probably going to be burning some calories there too as well. You're probably going to lose some weight. If that's the objective, then great. But the only other thing I would say is that, one, you're going to want to make sure you're working out, and two, you better get some protein in on there, because I wouldn't cycle down. I don't know. I'm trying to look at your picture. So do you need to lose a whole bunch of weight while you're doing it?
It doesn't look bad, right? The picture?
I mean,
I can't tell. I see
Looks like a good guys.
red shirt, one a green. Doesn't matter. You can utilize both of them. Doesn't matter either way you want.
I so worry about society because now he's doing something that's going to help him, right, with the Retta.
Yep.
And then they're still incorporated in the fasting.
I don't know why.
I know the studies, again, I know most of these people need to hear the studies, and the studies are talking about fat loss. It's not like you're going to tenfold fat loss on fasting compared to eating healthy or being in a deficit. So
that's what I'm saying.
It's the older people too that can read and common sense comprehend that I'm getting older. I'm going to eat less food. That's going to make me healthy. Wow, that's such a backwards thought.
Yeah.
It's like food is the ultimate.
Mm-hmm. It's your nutrient system. It's everything.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fuel. It's what drives our body and helps our body. I mean, nutrition it's a big part of things. I don't think until I really got older until I started really realizing that.
The world is coming in an interesting way with like the kidneys and livers and the cleaning out the toxins and all this, which I love is the fact that we breathe. We breathe during our sleep. It's not like we're doing it. It's your hair grows. It's not like you're doing it. Your nails grow. Your body's rebuilding itself. It's not because of something you do. But I gotta tell my liver and kidneys to take care of themselves because they have no idea what they're doing. Oh, wait a minute. When did this come about? The whole fasting thing was a fad, just like everything else was. It's like, stop. Your body's amazing. It's freaking amazing. It is made to protect you and keep you healthy. But when you start playing God with it and going, I'm going to take nutrients away. I'm going to take this away. It's like, all right, I can't help you.
Yeah. This is a good one. It says, Mike, how do you deal with injuries, or what is your advice to push through? I'm currently dealing with golfer's elbow, and my doctor has advised to rest it 100% for 6 to 8 weeks. But I'm having an issue not doing anything upper body. Thanks in advance. So with this, listen, Charles, BPC 157 and TB 500, or our healing package or Wolverine package has KPV in it too as well now. That's going to be the ultimate with dealing with golf elbow, tennis elbow, ligaments, joints, tendons. I mean, open cuts. I mean, there's a lot of different things, but especially this. A lot of people go through this and they get tennis elbow or golf elbow, and man, it sucks in your daily routine. Even if you have golfer's elbow and you like put your arm down on your rest in the middle center console, it hurts. So at that point, like, it can be debilitating, and it could definitely regress you in a lot of your train one and daily activities. So BBC and TB500, probably like 4 to 6 weeks, it would probably be all healed. Probably in the first week or two, you're going to get some alleviation and be able to go back in there and push some blood through there, because that's what you're going to want to get. A lot of people wear a lot of braces. If you're doing braces and you're holding the brace on the whole time, it's restricting the blood flow to get to the injured area. So, if you got to use a brace and sparing time's great, but try to leave it off. You want to get blood flow through there, take the inflammation out. That's what BPC and TB500 and KPV can do too as well.
I think it's a good one for you to answer because you live in the world of bumps and bruises. So not so much about the tennis elbow.
How do you deal with it? Injuries.
Yeah, but how do you deal with the owies and the tweaks that you've had? Is this okay, Jeffrey? Yeah. So how have you dealt with?
I don't ever stop my training. I train like you have to train a little smarter. I think that was one of the first things that me and you did when I couldn't incline bench at all because it murdered my shoulders. But the thing is here's an idea. Let's not put 225 on there. Let's start with the bar. Right. I think working through injuries is just working out smarter. You can still get to, there's a million exercise per whatever muscle you wanted to do. So if the one that's going straight up and down is hurting, let's put it at a little bit of an angle to take some of the pressure or whatever you're feeling. Let's take some of that away. It doesn't mean I'm going to sit, like there's no way I'm going to have something wrong with me and I'm sitting out for 6 weeks and not training. Just not. Right. That's just not built in my brain to do. But what I can do is kind of train around it until it starts feeling better that I can get back to it.
Yeah. I think one of the first things we talked about that is that we've both been in the trenches well over 4 decades. And I saw some pictures of him riding bulls. That's what he did going into college, riding bulls, man. That's you're getting tossed and hit and you're riding oh my God. That being said, we believe that blood flow to areas that are tweaked, injured, or anything is the greatest thing you can do for that area and movement. So I understand tennis elbow and all those kind of things are a pain in the ass, but I agree with you kind of have to keep moving and grooving and just be smart about anything like that. I don't see anybody doing 6 to 8 weeks off, 2 months.
Yeah,
Billy, go back home. Take 2 months off.
Yeah,
don't train your shoulders.
No.
That's a tough one, and that might be. I would, if for the person asking this question, I would talk to a PT person, not your family doctor. Because a doctor told him, yeah. Doctors are great with that. Something hurts, stop.
Yes, that's the answer. That's the answer to everything. It hurts or it's a little too rough on you. Hey,
Yep.
do it.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for that advice. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, Johnny, I know that you've dealt with some shoulder stuff going on,
Sure.
and I still see that you push around it and you do other body parts, and you're still forcing blood through the whole, like anything. Every body part has a secondary or a third
Of course.
body part that's still working.
Of course.
So, what is some of the take that you've done on the training outside of maybe not hitting shoulders?
I still hit shoulders, so I'm still doing light work on shoulders.
There you go. He still does it.
Yeah.
He still does it.
Got to even with I need a total shoulder replacement. My right shoulder, my left shoulder's almost all gone. My ace joint's gone. Everything's gone. Right. So I'm total bone on my right side. Been like that for 2 years. Like every day when I wake up, man, it's pain because I'm a side sleeper, and I have less mobility. I can barely raise my arm up. But BPC and TB500 helped me like take the inflammation away, give me more mobility in the morning to start moving. So when I train, obviously I have to train a lot smarter. It's not like going underneath the bench and like getting in just like what I used to do. So I train. I know the weight I can bench, comfortably by myself. I know dumbbells I can do by myself. Remember, I put on much strain, but I'm really concentrating on my form, and I'm not going too crazy. Like I'm going with intensity through my set. But at that point, like if I think I can get another 2 or 3, I might only get like 1 more. Because I know like I'm going to do something and I might tweak it or push a little bit in a different way where I might hurt myself. And the extra 1, I know it goes a long way for some people, but for me, it might mean an injury. So I got to be smart about it. So that's how I do it. I mean, in every other body part I'm fine with. So I can do legs, I can do chest, I can do pretty much everything else. But shoulders and not having my shoulders the way that I want them can affect different things too as well. So I just trying to be smart about it, not injure myself to regress. I don't want any regression, I want progression. So if I can build a little bit more at a time, which right now I've been doing. So last 2 weeks, I've been hitting it real hard. When I went down to Cancun, I got stem cells, Billy, with Mike. I rested like a week beforehand and took like maybe like a week and a half to 2 weeks to really like let them go and do their thing. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I can't do this no more. I was like, I gotta do something. So I started getting in and doing my thing, and I'm like, oh man, like it's starting to come around, and things are starting to come back to where they need to be. And I'm in pain in my shoulders for sure. And then even when like I do like a lat pull down, it hurts in the back of my lat because it's all destroyed back there and the way that it goes. So I'm just pulling through it. And it is what it is. I'm just going to pull through it and just, and try to get that muscle activated and get the blood flow through there as much as possible.
Yeah. I think this is an easy answer for you, Johnny.
What brand BBC is recommended? Tight Medical Center. Call or text 727-389-3220. That's the best brand, guaranteed. And like I said, we have different blends that have BPC, TB500, and KPV all in one injection. It should help with the healing time, better results. So that's what I would ask if you call or text. Question, are there peptides for labrum tears on the shoulders? So we were talking about some of these before, BPC, TB500, and then incorporating like a growth hormone releasing hormone peptide, right, to raise IGF-1 levels, or just use straight IGF-1 LR3. That would be the best thing I would do for a labrum tear. At that point, you're getting more blood flow there. You're raising growth hormone levels to help repair that area, recover in that area, and then being able to do some rehab on that area. Hopefully, that would help the tear. It just depends how big the tear is and how nasty that tear is too, as well. I mean, I got like my buddy Eric right here, Billy, right? Mm-hmm. So he works for some of the major medical device companies, and I actually like. So you want to explain kind of what it is?
Yeah.
So this guy is like the shoulder guru, right? Like, so explain to them what you do exactly, like in your job, I guess, like what you would do. So in a short term, from what I understand, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, Eric would go in there and they give him these pieces of equipment that they put into shoulders, total replacements and everything. And he'll explain this. And he actually tells the doctor where to put it. So the doctor doesn't even know. He has the pieces and he's literally telling him, like, put it here, this goes here, this goes here, and total shoulder replacements. Do you want to explain that?
Yeah. So basically, we're basically surgical consultants in the OR. So we wear scrubs, we go in, we're behind the surgical field, and all the instrumentation and implants that most physicians use come from the company I represent. So we're basically the experts on the product, how it works, how the different sizes, the different cuts, the guides. So a lot of times we provide intraoperative consultation where the doctor asks us a question, hey, Eric, you think I could use this stem with this, glenosphere and that kind of thing? And you got to give them the textbook answer on the sizes and give them advice on it. And some guys, the newer guys, are like, look at it, what do I do next? And then you just got to tell them what to do next. So it's pretty wild. And, a lot of times, the reps make more than the docs too, depending on what they're using. So it's a fun job, but you have to know your shit and you got to be buttoned up, because if you don't know, you can't tell them the wrong thing because the patient's on the table.
What are the top 3 things for shoulders that they replace or repair?
Yeah, so total shoulder replacement is usually they call it primary total shoulder arthroplasty. That's where the shoulder, the humeral head is arthritic changes, and there's basically no more cartilage to get the ball and socket joint. So it's just grinding. So then what they'll do is they'll cut off the humeral head. They'll put a titanium stent through the humerus, and then they put a titanium ball on there. And then your glenoid, which is your socket, they'll ream all that out and put a plastic poly in there, which acts to give it the resurfacing, and that's the total shoulder. And then the reverse total shoulder is for patients with irreparable rotator cuff syndrome, where you get kind of a hyperflexion this way, and it just kind of sublux out because there's no cuff to keep it intact. And they basically reverse the anatomy to where you have your humeral head on your glenoid, and then the cup is on the humerus. So it's reverse anatomy. And that's more invasive. And that's where it's really challenging to wipe your ass, to grab things. So all the simple basic tasks you have in life, you can't do anymore.
Not fun, guys. Definitely not fun.
Yeah. So
Take care of those shoulders.
but there's different pathologies on the issues.
You just got the expert right there, for sure.
Hoosiers, baby.
Hoosiers.
He's not you alumni, if you can't tell. What's the most important thing when it comes to the gym? Like consistency or locking in, or what is all of your motivators? What keeps you guys going in the tough times? So, oh man, this is crazy. So what's the most important thing when it comes to the gym? Being consistent, locking in, going in there and getting the job done with intensity. That's the best thing. The motivator should be you. It should be wanting to better yourself, better body. This is just in my opinion. But that would be the motivator. Motivator is to overcome anything that you thought you couldn't do or somebody else thought you couldn't do. And what keeps you going through the rough times? The good times. Looking back on those memories, saying, hey, listen, this was good. I know it can be good again. I'm going to fight like hell to get back to that level.
And I think like training, like we all train by ourselves every now and then, but I think like having a good training partner helps in those lack times, because I don't care what anybody says. We all have those days. We all have those days where I go, God, if I just sit myself on this couch, right?
Yeah.
Or, hey, I've just flown across the country. I'm not going to the gym, right? But if you have that person that you trust, that you can train with, I feel that they're huge motivators in like that's one of the, not because he's here, but one of the best things about coming out here is when we go to the gym, it's a battle, right? Yeah. It's a fun kind of one of those battles, because that's what I was telling them at home. I train with some guys, and I feel like they lack in, like they just want me to lead through the workout. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, you guys, I don't know what you need to do, but you need to figure it out, because you're killing me. You're killing me, because not only do I have to motivate myself, now I got to motivate other people. I don't want to do that. I want you to some days to motivate me. So when we go to the gym, it's on, boy. I mean, when we step in the door, buddy, it's on.
Friendship is done.
Yeah. But I feel that's how you make your best gains and how you do your best work in the gym. Yeah. And it's not yes, I know he's stronger than me. I just don't let him know that.
So wait a minute, last 2 days you lifted me, kid.
So I feel that's a big thing too, is having a good, and I know we all can't have that, but I mean, if you can find somebody that's in that same battleground with you, that will help you through some of the tough times, or, trying to motivate you. But yes, you are right. It's you that needs to motivate you. You can't depend on somebody else to do it, because they're not going to do it.
No, hell no. Nobody's going to motivate you better than you can motivate yourself. And that just is what it is. People might do something that might motivate you to motivate yourself. They piss in your Cheerios. They tell you can't do something, right? And that motivates the hell out of you. My dad used to do it to me all the time. Man, he's like, you can be a skinny dude your whole life if you don't eat and train. I'm like, okay. And like, he used to tell me that, man. And it just resonated with me. And now that would be like, all right, I'm going to show you. And anybody else that could do something, I'm going to show you, watch. And that motivated me like hell. So different people get motivated by different things. But I think old school, that reverse psychology type thing, that motivates me the best, for sure.
I think Billy and me agree on this. I know this is going to seem odd to the young man that's asking. He asked here, what's the most important thing about when you go to the gym? It's about nutrition. It has nothing to do with the gym before you walk into the gym. And the reason we say this is it's a cool thing the gym is, but the gym is just a stimulant. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. You're going in there to shock the body. If you don't have the right food the first 24 hours before that and the 24 hours after that, then what you're doing is, this is kind of wild. Nobody talks about it. You're actually going into the gym and breaking down your body where it can't recover. Yeah. So now you're destroying your body. Yeah. The gym isn't great if you're not smart enough to comprehend the fact that you have to recover and feed the body. And everybody just thinks, I'm just going to the gym. I'm going to do great. And that's that. I eat like shit. Yeah. Great job. Great job. You're not going to end up like this in our back nine, where we still get a tussle and do this, if you're just breaking your body down.
Yep.
And so I got to say this again, and I'll guarantee you get the same thing. When I go to expos, and I've been doing this since the 80s, I've never had somebody come up to me and say, I'm great on my diet. I'm not that good in the gym. Every person walks up to me and says, I'm a beast in the gym, but I can't get my diet on track. I can't get my food on track. I get it. Everybody's a beast in the gym. I get it. It's all about the nutrition going in and coming out, and just being understanding that it's a stimulant in the gym.
Yep.
Have fun with it. So I know that's probably what you were hoping to be like. What's the best thing in the gym? The best thing in the gym is that you're fueled and you recover from the gym.
Yep.
And then have fun in the gym.
Yes.
Have fun. God. And like you said, man, when you expect, nobody expects more out of me than I expect out of me.
Yep.
There's nobody in my life, never been, that could tell me to train harder than I'm already telling myself. And I think that everybody has to have that. And I know that you have that. And you're like, you don't need the 25-year-old. And he trains with these young bucks that are freaking beasts. These monsters that are out there wrestling. These kids are great, man. Over at Gunners and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But no matter how great you are, you gotta expect the most out of you and get into a tussle when you go into the gym.
That's right.
Great question, kiddo. I'm sorry if the answer is basic.
It's true.
Yeah. So harsh reality. Clip it, everybody. Clip it. We have time for one more.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, pick a banger.
It's one for John.
Lots of opinions for TRT on how many times you should administer weekly. We'd love to hear your thoughts on every other day, splitting it daily, or a couple times a week for more markers and getting full benefits of it. Listen, there's so many different people out there preaching so many different ways on how to administer testosterone. If you're doing an injectable, you can do it through an intramuscular, or you can do it subcutaneous. Totally up to you. Intramuscular is what I would recommend. It's what we tell every one of our patients to do. It works the best, what we've seen. You're splitting the dose of whatever it is in that week. So if it's 200 milligrams on Monday, you're going to take the 100 milligrams, and on Thursday, you're going to take another 100 milligrams. What that's going to do is it's going to raise your level up, and you're going to stay even keel across the board. If you take it old school way, I only want to take 1 shot a week. What's going to happen is your level is going to go up. You're going to dive down at the end of the week. Beginning of the week, you take your next shot, you're going back up. Doesn't sound really good, right? Subcutaneous. A lot of these guys, a lot of people pushing subcutaneous. They've been pushing this the whole time I've been open. I've always heard people ask me, can I take it subcutaneously? You can, but testosterone itself and the oil are not meant to be going subcutaneous, so it might irritate the skin, might make a bruise, whatever it may be. You want to inject yourself every day or every other day, whatever it is like that, go ahead. I would just tell you to test your levels and see where they really stand, instead of saying what the other guy online saying, or TikTok or whatever the hell it is, because I see these guys doing this. The other thing is if you're injecting with an insulin needle, you know how hard it is to pull oil through an insulin needle? If you haven't ever done it, I suggest you do it, because it's not the easiest thing, trust me. And if you're backloading a syringe, that means you're taking the plunger out and you're putting that in there, and then you're putting the plunger back in. Do you know how many cross-contaminations or contaminations could be in that, or what could happen to you if you inject that and there is one? There's just so many different variables there that I would say, listen, it works. Don't try to change it. If you want to try to change it, injecting subcutaneously, you're more than welcome to, but I guarantee you're not going to get any more benefit out of it.
I kind of know what it is, but I don't know what it is. So I'm just is microdosing TRT.
That's what he's
The microdosing is subcutaneously taking it like daily. So that's what people are doing.
Okay, so
they're
that
taking like 30 milligrams a day or something like that, or maybe a little bit under. But listen, I'm being totally honest with you guys. I'm like a pincushion. I inject 10 times a day, probably at the minimum level, okay? And I inject all over. So it's not like, oh, I'm just going to inject subcutaneous. I inject testosterone in my glutes. I inject a lot of peptides in my stomach, and then I inject a lot of peptides in my shoulders. But I still get bumps. I get bumps from like HCG and like IGF-1 in my stomach, and that's water-based. I've done, because, you know, I'm always the person that says, listen, I'm going to try this before a patient's going to try it. That way I can give my firsthand experience of how I liked it or what it did to me. I injected subcutaneously for the week, and I had nodules all over my stomach. And I had like irritation, like red marks afterwards, and started itching. I was like, man, this isn't for me. So if you're good with having lumps, I guess, in your subcutaneous spots, then go ahead. But for me, my body is aesthetically pleasing. So at that point, like, you know, I don't want a whole bunch of bumps on it. I don't want it to feel like that. And at that point, I want the bang for the buck and not to inject every single day with testosterone if I don't have to.
Yeah. Okay.
It was great, Johnny.
Yeah.
You know,
Thank you, my friend.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging out today.
Yeah, I'll get with you. I'll fill out that paperwork. I'll get with you.
Gotcha, Billy. I'll take care of you.
Yeah,
Man.
man.
We'll get you rocking and rolling, bro.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it.
Of course.
Oh, look at this guy. He's going to get all freaky on us now.
Right. That's right.
Billy guy. Watch what he happens. He's teaming up with Titan Medical. Oh, boy.
It's going to be on like
Thanks,
Donkey
Johnny.
Kong. All right, guys.
Have a great day, brother.
See you too. Bye-bye.
You guys want to keep going?
Yeah, for a second here.
What are we doing?
Still love
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go live. Let me liven up your shit for you, boy.
Ooh. 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 Whoa.
Papa City, get an onion ring.
I got to get a meal in. I'm coming back too. We're out. We'll see you guys in a flash. We're coming back.